Welcome back. This is about the Nate Jones story, and this is when Nate Jones actually sat down with Jean Dancy to discuss Floyd Mayweather and the Nate Jones Foundation. And she's been in the corner of some of the most elite people in the sport. Jean Dancy has been everywhere. And as you can see, she's been all over the boxing world.
Hi, I'm Jean Dancy, former boxing manager and promoter. I'm here talking with Nate, and I'm sure some of the fans have seen him in the ring with Floyd Mayweather doing his training, and I've got an opportunity to actually talk with him myself, so I'm going to let some of you know who he is and what he does. So, Nate, what do you actually do for Floyd?
Well, I'm one of Floyd's third trainer. I work the stomach pad with him, and I keep his structure right, keep his feet right. I sit on top of him, make sure he's doing his punch correct, make sure he's not bending when he rolls. All the important small things that keep him on top of his game.
One of the things that I always feel is that when trainers have been professional boxers themselves, they do a better job. Do you also think that because you've been a professional boxer yourself, you can do a better job with Floyd than somebody else?
I do believe if you haven't experienced it, you can't teach it. You can't tell me what I'm going through. So I experienced it, it was his Uncle Rod, it was his father. And by us, with us two guys, I think we won some of the top 10 trainers in the world today. And I do believe we bring out the best of us three.
I really enjoyed watching Floyd train today. Fans, we were in the gym today watching Floyd Mayweather do his whole workout. We got a chance to see the sparring section and all of that. So what I'm wondering from you is, this is for the Canelo fight, by the way. Are you pleased as a trainer with where he is right now in his training?
Well, yes, I am. Floyd right now is above schedule. He's on top of his game. He's hitting harder. He don't have to. He didn't, like with this fight and his last fights in years. He's been off for a year. This fight's only been 2 months, and he's active. He's sharp, so you don't have to get sharp. He's already ready, and I think it's going to be a knockout this fight. I think Floyd's at a stage where he's going to knock him out.
Okay. I want to know this too, because people ask this question about the catch weight. Was the catch weight a problem in your mind, or what did you think about the catch weight of 152? Canelo wanted Floyd to come in at the catch weight to be 152. What did you think of that?
I would prefer to as 150, but Floyd couldn't get him to go no farther than 152. So we wanted to make the fight. Weight don't win fights, your hands do and your brain do. So no matter how much you weigh coming into the fight, it's not going to change nothing. I do believe it's going to make him slower, a little bit more clumsy, and a little bit off track. So Floyd on top of his game, it's probably going to be at 148, 147, and we're going to look good.
Okay, today I was noticing in the ring when you had this big thing around you and he's hitting you in the stomach and all that. How does that feel? I mean, I was wondering, how does that actually feel for you?
Well, Floyd is a very precise puncher. And he hit the right spot, the right time, the same time. It's hard to explain. After a while, he's landing in the right spot, the right dot, the right corner. And that's what I'm showing him as we talk. And he's a very precise puncher. He's very accurate, and he's very skilled at what he's doing. He's one of the best body punchers in the game.
Wow, and a lot of people don't give him a lot of credit for that. So they talk about his offensive skills and his defensive skills. What do you think Floyd Mayweather's best skills are, offensive or defensive?
Floyd's best attribute is his brain. Floyd's very sharp. His first move is done. He have his first, second, and third move done before he can do one of them. He just outthinks the next person. He's on page 3 when you're on page 1. When you open the book yet. Floyd is very sharp. Floyd mentally tough. Floyd to me is like Michael Jordan boxing. He's something else.
I agree. You know what, fans? One of the other things that I really want you to know is that he has known Floyd for a very long time. Like, I know how long he's known him, but tell the fans how long you've actually known Floyd Mayweather.
Well, I got 20 years with Floyd. We both met trying out to make the Olympic team in 1996. We both happened to make the Olympic team. We both happened to win bronze medals. And after the Olympics, we became the best of friends. I was in Grand Rapids with him every day. He was in my city, Chicago. bring him to my projects to bring the green, and we had a lot of fun and just traveled across the world and became friends and became loyal to each other and stayed best friends. And one thing I noticed about me and Floyd, that we both know what the word friend means. At the end of the day, he's been there for me, I'm gonna be there for him until the day I die, vice versa. And hopefully, at the end of the day, we'll be 80 together talking shit.
Well, wait a minute though. Tell them how you felt about Floyd Mayweather when you first met him when he was about, what, 14 years old?
No, he was like 17, 16.
17. Tell
17.
them how you felt about him when you first met him.
I met Floyd in 1993 at the National Golden Gloves in Milwaukee. And I just heard a kid bragging every day how tough he was, how he was the best fighter in the country.
So he's bragging at 17, saying how great he was.
But, you know, he weighing in every morning. I hear this kid just bragging. I said, so he must be winning because he's always weighing in every morning. So by the time the semifinals came around, I got the opportunity to see him walk to the ring about to fight. You know, heavyweights we fight last. So I said, let me see this little guy. I'm like, yeah, you from Michigan? I want to watch you fight. You talk too much. And before he got out the ring, I bowed to him. I said, I apologize.
Oh my gosh.
He's one of the baddest fighters I've ever seen in my life. And to this day, he still is.
He was that tough then at 17 years old?
Quick as lightning, sharpest, and 17, sharp, quick, fast, arrogant,
wow,
slick, everything, and tough. And I liked that about him because I was very tough. And we just clicked. From that point on, we shook each other's hand, and it was my best friend. We was inseparable. I was in it, staying with his grandma. He was staying in my projects.
Wow.
Everywhere you seen Floyd, you turn around the corner, you saw me. If it was in Michigan or Chicago, or the boxing tournaments, we was there. Roommates, we hung together every single day.
Well, since you've known him for so long, one of the things that when I was talking with his dad today, and also when I talked with Roger, I was asking, are you surprised? I mean, it's one thing to be successful, but Floyd Mayweather is successful beyond most people's imagination. Are you surprised that he's reached this level of success? I mean, I know you probably thought he was going to be champion, but did you think he'd reach this level of success?
Every year that I knew him, I was amazed on how he was going. So to me, I wasn't surprised because I really believe after a while, everything he was saying back then when I didn't like him was true. I'm like, this dude is really right. Like, he is going to be the best. He is going to beat Oscar one day. He's going to, because he was telling us an amateur, I'm going to beat Oscar De La Hoya.
He said he's going to beat Oscar De La Hoya long before he fought him?
For the Olympics.
Oh,
like,
are you serious?
Yes, I promise you.
Did you believe it at the time?
I didn't believe it. Like, man, shut up, man. We're going to the Olympics. I mean, don't worry about that. And he did it. And each year, I just believed in him. I'm like, man, this dude's going to go down in history as the best fighter of all time. And that's what he's doing.
Well, one last question. How do you feel? Because truly, I mean, I have fans getting in touch with me all the time, and they're asking me questions about, you know, mini boxing, Muhammad Ali, what it was like knowing Joe Frazier, what it was like knowing all of these famous people. But you are in the center of the biggest group of boxing people in the whole wide world. You're in the center of the ring, in the center of it all. How does that feel for you? You're in a spot that people would pay money. They pay thousands of dollars to be where you are. How does that feel for you?
I'm blessed. I realize, you know, God put me in a good position in life. When he had me meet Floyd, I feel like I was his guardian angel and he was mine because I protected him, he protected me. He kept me from when I was with Floyd, I wasn't in the projects, I was in Michigan, and you know, he just protected me and I protected him. And I'm just blessed that God, after my career, I didn't become heavyweight champion of the world. And after my career ended, Floyd called me up and you know, and God, you know, brought us together again. And I started working with him. I started learning how to train people. He gave me the idea of being a trainer, and I feel like I'm one of the best. And so right now, I'm just blessed that God got me here and I could be a part of history, being a part of Floyd. And one day when Floyd went down, that's probably one of the best athletes of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
And
no
somewhere
question.
down the line, they're going to say, look, that pretty guy right there, that was Nate Jones.
He was a part of all of it.
Yeah, I was a part of it. So I'm just blessed. And I'm thankful for God because I know it all comes from him. I talk to him every day because I'm blessed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very happy.
So you're not worried then about the Canelo fight?
Oh, no, we're going to beat him. Floyd top of his game. This is the best I've seen Floyd probably ever. We got 3 more weeks left. This man's on top of his game, hitting like a middleweight. I'm like, man, this dude is crazy.
Oh, I love it.
And I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, I don't know if Canelo is not going to be simple as you think, because Floyd has the sharpest mind in boxing, and his mind is going to be this one is going to be Canelo, because he never seen no one like Floyd.
Well, what would you like for the fans to know about Floyd Mayweather that you know, because you're his best friend, you know things that nobody else could ever know. None of the writers or historians could know what you know. What one thing would you like to say about Floyd Mayweather that people would never, ever know or believe?
At the end of the day, Floyd's a good guy. He has a good heart. He feeds a lot of families. He gives back. And, you know, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, at least 20 black men, 20 or 27 black men, gonna go home with checks to their family.
Wow.
And that says a lot. Floyd don't have to do that. He's gonna win with or without me. He's gonna win without some of the guys that carry the bags. But at the end of the day, Floyd feel like it's okay. I know I'm helping somebody go feed their daughter, or go pay for their daughter tuition, or their son boots, or boxing shoes, or football shoes, or their gas bill, their light bill. A lot of light bills gonna be paid. You know what I'm saying? The next week. You know what I mean? And Floyd's a great guy, and that's why God keep blessing him, because people don't understand him, which I do, because I understand where he come from. I saw the growth from day one, and I understand what he's going through, and I do appreciate him. And I know that God got his back, because he does a lot of things.
A lot of good things, but they don't talk about the good things that Floyd does.
Yeah,
everybody wants to say Floyd was dodging Pacquiao. I just want to say here and now, would you comment on whether or not Floyd Mayweather was dodging the Pacquiao fight?
Come on, Pacquiao, we all know what was up with Pacquiao. He was using enhancement drugs. And Floyd,
Hear that?
And Floyd told me like this. He said, Nate, listen, that's going to be the biggest event of all time. I want to make sure if I lose to that man, I lost to a better man.
Exactly.
I don't want them to take my greatness from me, because I've been training my whole life to be the greatest of all times, and that's what I want. And if he beat me, that means I'm not. But if he steals it from me by using enhancement drugs and beat me and have me hitting hard as a horse, of course you'll beat anybody when you're cheating. So Floyd want to make sure, you know what I mean, that when he didn't want to take the test, there was no fight. He wasn't going to fight. He wouldn't care how much money. A lot of look like Cotto. Cotto took the fight. He got robbed his greatness. If Cotto would have waited, Cotto would have been probably still active. That took a lot of damage from Cotto. It shortened his career by maybe 4 years.
Wow.
Cotto should have waited, and he'd be stood around, because Cotto would have been tough. He'd have been real tough for Floyd if he would never took that fight with Pacquiao. But he did it for the money, and at the end of the day, the money wasn't worth your greatness.
No, it's not. It's not worth the greatness at all. So is there anything else you'd like the fans to know, if they want to get in touch with you or help? Because I know you have a foundation. What would you like for them to know?
Well, my foundation is Nate Jones Foundation. My website is natejonesfoundation@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Nate Jones Boxing. I'm just giving back to the kids, and like someone took the time out with me and changed my life, because without boxing, I'll probably be dead or in prison. And I want to do the same for the young black men in my community. And all over this, even in Las Vegas, in Grand Rapids, in Chicago, let's save some lives, because they did it to me. I wouldn't be here. I got a lot of friends who lost their lives, weren't able to see the age I am now, which is 40. Which is 40. So God bless me. I'm from the Main Street, Chicago, the projects, and
Cabrini
Green, and I'm 40 years old now, and I'm blessed, and God is good. And I just want to get a lot of young black men to be 40 like I am, and be 50 and be 60, and take care of their kids, and take care of their responsibility, and eat right, you know what I mean, and live longer, and quit getting so much diabetes, eat the wrong thing. That's what I want to do with these young black men. And and make sure they take care of their kids, respect their woman, do all the right things, because that's what life's about.
And you know what, fans, there's going to be a book about his life story, and there's also going to be a big movie about his life story. I can't go into all of that just yet because we're dealing with time constraints, but you'll hear all about it because I will be the one to tell you. Well, thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure being here with him. It's an honor, yes it is, because I consider the Mayweathers to be the first family boxing royalty, and he's a part of the whole palace experience, and I feel blessed, yes I do, to watch the training today and all of that. So bye, thank you, bye.
Now, what many people might not have known from that scene is that what's that? Some popcorn. All right. Is that as great as that sounded and as great as that was, it never could equal up to the experience of being in that ring and understanding what it was like to you know being in that type of situation. It was quite unique for Nate. He's been in there. He has so much experience. Yeah, because at this point you got to look at it. It was often that they have seen each other. They've been seeing each other spar and fight. So you know what somebody's doing, or if they being too heavy on their foot. Little slight things that would change an entire fight direction. You look at those things, they come into play. Now, if James wanted to get in there and fight with Nate Jones, that would be a good fight, like a celebrity fight. People would pay money to see it, especially if the money is up. Lights Out will probably want the lion's share of it because he feels, he's out Tony. James Lights Out. Hey, man, give me all the money, man. I need 80-20. Nobody knew you made nothing about me, man. James. Now, Nate Jones used to spar with James, Tony. So he's very familiar with James. Like they both, got in the ring, did their things, used to work out. So for them to get that fight going shouldn't take a lot, shouldn't mean a lot. If James is still out, if he's actively doing exhibitions, So in my eyes, this shouldn't be a problem if they want to make the fight go. Now, if they don't want to make the fight go, then we understand. People don't want to have a fight going on. But I don't see a problem in why they can't get this fight off the ground. You got a promoter that say he got the money. You got people that saying they want to see it. So we'll build it up. We'll promote it. We'll say, hey, let's get it going. I would love to see it. Personally, myself, I would love to see it. There's nothing wrong with that fight. If these guys want to get in the ring and do an exhibition. Well, to answer your question, is because the game of boxing is not union. It's no union into it anymore. And by most of it not being on national television, a lot of people's interests have went elsewhere. All the sponsorship dollars is going to the massive fights that were on television instead of cable. If they want to get it on, we can get it on. But if they don't, they don't. No, James is tough. Now, don't get James wrong. James is slick, lighter, slick upper body movement, quick hands. You know, that's where a lot of his shots come from, shots you don't really see coming. Now, if Lights Out Tony wanted to get involved, I'm quite sure they can set that up in no time and have that match getting up off the ground. So I don't see a problem with getting the fight done. It's like I said, it all depends on what other people trying to do, their agenda. So don't forget to subscribe to the Nate Jones Story. Let people know in the chat if you want to see a James Tony Nate Jones charity fight exhibition. I mean, the money is there, so the promoter's willing to pay for it. I'm quite sure, and some people are gonna show up for it. So anyway, that's your boy Carcino talking, and I'm up out.